Everyone, hope everything is going well. I wanted to do a video today on Neo discussing Michael Rubin talking about loaded boxes. This is a good find by him, and I'm going to play a clip from Neo's video, which he linked from Bill Simon's podcast. Let's take a look at what Rubin said.
With you guys necessarily, but just like these box breaks, it's a whole thing now about did they fake that one? Oh, how did that person end up with the card in this box? And
here's what I'm going to tell you.
So how do you fix that?
So let me give you a great
feel
example.
good about it.
So first of all, breaking is a big part of the collectibles industry. If a collector doesn't,
and a big part of Fanatics Live.
Correct. And if a collector doesn't like that, then they're just not being realistic, because you say there are 3 distribution points for primary cards.
Yeah.
Right? Breakers, hobby shops, and retailers like a Walmart or a Target. That's been, and before it was hobby shops and the retailers, it wasn't the breakers. The breakers now have a important and by the way, it's great marketing. So for us, we understand the math of it. You take like a big breaker, and if one guy's doing 15% of the business, they're going to get 15% of the cards. So what we did, people always question the integrity of what we do. So this year, for the first time, we said, hey, let's take our auditor. I think we hired Deloitte & Touche, and it wasn't Deloitte & Touche. One of the auditors, we're going to hire you. I think it is Deloitte & Touche. We're going to hire you. We're going to pay you to audit all the results the same way the NBA audits their draft lottery.
That's cool.
And we did that this year. Okay. Now we haven't really broadcasted, but we started doing that this past year. We now have Deloitte & Touche coming in, auditing everything to make.
My friend,
All right.
Zero Cool.
All right, so you could see that he admitted, Michael Rubin, that they are hiring auditors. They're auditors, and they're going to look at the results of this to see if there's hankus pankus. Well, here's what my own thought process is. What are they going to audit? Are they just going to audit the breaks? Are they going to audit what goes on at the LCSs and at Walmarts? That's the only place? Because I don't think they're going to be auditing the influencers. And every freaking time, and what is it called? I have done videos on this where people have called me a crackpot. They've called me a conspiracy theorist. That's the favorite world of our society today. If you go against the narrative of society, you are considered a hate this. Yeah, but anyways, going back to this, if you question the narrative, you are called a crackpot, conspiracy theorist, the whole 9 yards. And I'll just take a look at the examples and show you, hey, look, this seems fishy. I don't think the auditors are going to be looking at the influencers that get the cards. So keep that in mind. So while it is a step in the right direction that they are hiring an auditor for the results, which is actually a positive notion, they're not looking at the influencers, in my opinion, getting these boxes, which seem to be loaded. I did a video 9 months ago. Did great curator get a loaded box for Stranger Things? All right, it's part of the Zero Cool brands. And he got one card that was very hard to get. Just to summarize it, you could take a look at these videos. And I look at Mama Breaks. Some people, some of her, it's not a fanboy, you could say fangirls of Mama Breaks got really mad at me for doing this video. I've had people unfollow me because I had the audacity to ask the question, is Fanatics giving Mama Breaks a loaded box? Or loaded boxes in general? I mean, look, she got this scarce Tribute Career Achievement Award Continuity autograph. It's a redemption card of Shohei Ohtani. Just a coincidence. All the time I see her getting these, what is it, Corbin Carroll autograph. She was getting these Star Wars cards all the time. these nice Star Wars cards. It seemed fishy to me. Could I be wrong? Sure. But once again, what is Fanatics going to audit specifically? Those are the details we need. And there's going to be a loophole, in my opinion, because this is about marketing. This is about most clicks. Okay. Good. Look at this. You had Card Collector 2 pull a 20,000 1/1 autograph from a Topps national pack. Corbin Carroll, right? How on earth does Card Collector 2 get these? Is this part of the audit process of Fanatics? No, I don't think so. Another Card Collector 2 video. He was doing a break with Blaze Jordan and he pulled a Blaze Jordan autograph with him. What's the probability of that? Just asking questions, right? All right. Another one is Fanatics giving a loaded box. We had Chasing Cardboard, where in that video, you could take a look. Chasing Cardboard, and you could look at my videos too, where I played clips. Chasing Cardboard found a $3,000 card, or actually is a kid that opened the pack. It was specifically a Mike Trout 2023 acetate short print card, which costs in raw form over $1,000 as of the time of the opening. And in that video, Ty said, man, I've opened so many packs. I've never pulled a card like that. You're seeing this time after time after time. And my guess is, my thought process is that they are not going to be auditing the individuals, the influencers who are on these videos. And I'm going to show you another situation that I found. Let's take a look at this. Let's look at Topps. Topps just had a post today that I was sent, and you're just telling me, this is Topps and Topps UK. And the brother of KSI happens to pull, it's actually his brother, I think it's called DJ. YouTuber DJ pulls an autograph of his brother KSI. What are the odds? You tell me what's going on. If I were to guess, Fanatics is not auditing this, and they're going to be like, from a marketing standpoint, it's like, oh no, we're not giving loaded boxes. Look at the audit, right? Even though we could do another YouTube video search. Let's do AI8 Sports. Let's look at Leighton. Dan the Card Man did a video on this as well. And I just asked, did Fanatics give Leighton Sports a loaded box? Quality control. This was the craziest. I would say this was probably the craziest video that I've ever seen of a break. So you're telling me that these guys kept on pulling hit after hit after hit? And I showed it to you. And you could take a look at some of these odds based on what their website said. Let me take a look at that post on Instagram here. I could go to home. I could go to AI8 Sports here, Instagram. And look, I have the odds that I pulled from the website. All right. These odds, according to the website, seems weird, but now their odds may not be accurate because how many boxes were open at that time? I mean, Manny Machado, 1 out of 2,500. Let's take a look at this. Corbin Carroll, 1 out of 500. 1 out of 1,000 for Derek Jeter bat knob. Ernie Banks, my man, 1 out of 2,900 almost for that autograph. All right. I don't believe, let me rephrase this. I believe they are going to use an auditor, but when it comes to these influencers, they're not auditing that, in my opinion. So there's a catch. And I'm glad I chronicled all of these, or I did videos at the time, because it seemed weird at the time. I didn't care if people unfollowed me. I didn't care If people started calling me a crackpot, conspiracy theorist, they call me this in the real world as well. I don't care. Say whatever you want, but ultimately, hanky panky goes on. Last thing I want to address is that because of this pushback by content creators out there, and there are only a few who kept on pushing the narrative or went against the narrative, well, it actually reached Michael Rubin. If we didn't push back, guess what? This probably wouldn't have happened. The good old boy network didn't say too much. So, guess what? Pushback content works. And this is how you create a solution. This is how you have a solution. I was critiqued for just being a negative Nancy. And maybe a petition would work. No, a petition's not going to work. Getting aggressive, calling out the BS, that's how it's going to be done. Now, yeah, there are issues with what I see what's going on with Fanatics and this audit, because they're not going to be auditing the influencers, in my opinion, but it's a start. That's a positive notion. Anyways, I want to hear your thoughts, and I'll talk to you later. See ya. Bye.